everyone. Welcome to another edition of Real Estate with Diana. Today we're going to talk about getting your house ready for photos. You've decided to list your house. You have spoken with your realtor. They have told you things that you need to do to get the house prepped. Now it's time to be ready to make it shine. Remember, the first place that buyers are going to see your home before they walk in the door is looking at it online. So you want to make sure that you are showing it in its greatest light. So you want to make it easy for the photographer. You don't want to have anything set out of place, things that look bad, things that are too personalized, toilet seats up, that kind of stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and just kind of go through a quick rundown of things that you need to do. We're going to go room by room. But in general, make sure that your house is thoroughly clean. I mean, that includes windows and mirrors and mop the floors and that kind of stuff, because some things like that will come through in photos. Sometimes you get those buyers that zoom in on those, and then you're going to see if you have an animal, and they're going to see where the dog has licked all over the sliding glass door and things like that. You want it to shine. You don't want to have any of that. Make sure the light bulbs in the house, like if it's one general room, that all the light bulbs are the same temperature. There's so many different light bulbs. There's the warm, there's the daylight, the bright, the not so bright. Make sure it's the same light bulbs. If there is a room that you can see, say the living room and the dining room, you want them to be cohesive, have the same lights. If it's a bedroom that's separate that you can't see other rooms, and if that one's different, that's okay. Make sure that unless you're getting a video, if it's just for photos, have all of the fans off, the TVs off, the computers off. You don't want any of that other stuff interfering. And the fans on photos, you're going to see just really unclear. So videos are different. If they're coming through to do a video tour, then you're going to want the fans going and show that, but not for the actual photos. Have all of your blinds open. Get as much natural light in the house. That makes the house just look so much better with all that natural light. Remove any personal photos. You want to make sure that the buyer can envision their family in the house. And when they see your family's photos, they kind of like feel like they're taking you away from the special place of home. So take down the personal effects so the buyer can see it as a neutral. Make sure all your beds are made. Place any shoes and laundry baskets and trash cans. Put them all in a closet where they can't be seen, or in the garage or somewhere out of sight. You don't want that showing. Now, we're going to go, like I said, room by room. We're going to start out with the exterior. I mean, a buyer that's the first thing after looking at it online. If they do a drive-by, the first thing they're going to see is the exterior front yard. So in the photos, make sure the garage door is closed. Don't have any cars in the driveway. Make sure your landscaping is cleaned up. If you have empty planters, dead plants, anything like that, get them gone. Use a broom to get the cobwebs that are up in the corners of your porch, that kind of stuff. If there are any children's toys that are small, nothing that you may be getting rid like a big jungle gym, but if they have like their bicycles and their skateboards, that kind of stuff, move them out for the photos. We don't need that to be in the pictures. The exterior backyard, it's pretty much going to be about the same thing. Make sure any little toys are removed. If you have a pool, make sure it's clean and sparkly. Remove the hoses out of the pool. We want that to look really good. Trash cans, get them out. Any pet toys, clean up the porch, chairs, tables, make sure all of that looks good. Again, we want your house to look in the best possible light, the best possible condition in these photos. So then let's move into the house. Now in the kitchen, clear your countertops. Take everything off. If you want to have one or two items on the countertops, that's it. But remove most of the items. We are selling the cleanliness. We are selling the space, the square. All of your stuff, ridiculous. I bet you have some really cute things in your kitchen, but they may not be of the buyer's taste, or they may be too much that they can't see everything clearly. So one or two items on the counter is good. Other than that, get rid of it. On the refrigerator. Now, we all love to display our children's and grandchildren's artwork and love to have their schedules up there so we can keep track of everything. For the photos, clear it all off. Nothing on the refrigerators. We don't want anything distracting. Again, with the garbage can, let's hide it into the pantry. Unless you have a big Butler's fancy pantry, walk-in pantry, then you're going to put it in the garage or somewhere else. But we definitely want the garbage can out of sight. Remove any dishes that are sitting in the sink. Make sure the sink is clean. Don't have any dishes in there. Everything cleaned up. Now let's go over to the dining room. You want to clear your table, dust and polish it if it's the wood kind that you can go ahead and make it sparkly and shiny. Feature one centerpiece on your dining room table. Don't have all the place. I mean, that that looks so pretty. It looks great when you sit there and you have all your little place settings on there. But for the photos, again, less is better. So you don't want to have a whole bunch of distractions. Just have your one little centerpiece decor item on the dining room table, and that's good. Make sure all the chairs are straight. Make sure everything is lined up well. If you have any children's booster seats or anything like that, go ahead and have those removed as well. Now, let's go on to the bedrooms. Again, you want to make sure that your beds are fixed, and you want to have any clothing that might be hanging around on the side of the bed or anything like that. You're going to go ahead and want to have that cleaned up. Don't have any socks or anything placed. Just totally just went blank. I'm speaking so much, I'm forgetting everything, and I don't want to forget anything, so I'm going to peek at my little cheat sheet here. Make sure that your bed comforter is, if you have anything that's a solid color, that photographs better. But if you don't, just try not to have a whole bunch of things. Try to make it as neutral as possible. Clear your nightstands of all personal items, your phone chargers, your clocks, your cords. Just, again, less is best. Remove any clutter off of your dressers. And in the children's rooms, remove anything that has their names on and personalized over a crib or whatever. Move any of that stuff off. Organize any toys that you may have. If you have shelves or baskets, have everything nice and neat. Clean out from under the bed if anything's poking through. So when they're taking pictures, they're not seeing stuff that's, kids like to hide things. So make sure that there's nothing under there, and make sure their beds are made as well. Now, going into the bathroom, make sure your vanities are completely clean. Put soaps and toothbrushes, medication, everything like that out of sight. Try not to have anything on the kitchen counter. Not kitchen counter, the bathroom counter. Keep that clear. Clean your toilets. Make sure the toilet lid is down. Clean the shower. Remove any soaps and washcloths, things like that. Any dirty towels, get them out. You can hang, if you have a nice white towel and you have it folded really nice, hanging there, and you're kind of like hotel look, you can have that hanging. That'll be good. Remove any bath mats or small rugs or anything like that. In the living room, remove any magazines, declutter the fireplace mantle, clean the interior of the fireplace if you have one. You don't want to have a bunch of soot everywhere. Fluff and arrange your pillows on your sofa. Remove kids' toys. Put pet food bowls out of sight. If you need to, if you have a pet and they do get on the furniture, kind of get a lint roller and clean your sofa with the lint roller so that stuff doesn't come through in the photos. I mean, we all love our pets, and that's all great, but in photos, every little thing stands out, so we want it to look as pristine as possible. If you have a pet cake for your animal, let's get that out of sight as well. So it's real basic, just really good cleaning, decluttering, removing personal items, and having less is more for these photos. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me, your realtor, to myself, even if I'm not representing you. You just want to have some questions about the photos, I'd be more than glad to help you out. My number is 912-308-7408. Have a good one and see you soon.